So, how often do you feel stressed? How often do you feel stuck? How often do you feel like, what's going on in my life? Or you maybe feel that nothing is going on and that you're, like I said, stuck. Um, so, I think that one of the reasons why we sometimes get so stuck in something in our life that is just the same thing over and over and over again, the biggest reason for that is actually that your head, that your mind, your thoughts are stuck in the past. Think about that for a minute. How much time are you going back to things that happened? How much do you think about situations that happen and what you should have done or what you should have said or how you should have acted differently? How often do you do that? Because I think that's one of the biggest reasons why we get stuck. It's because we are kind of in a loop of just going back to the past. So, of course, if you're only concentrating on the past, what's going to happen in the future? Absolutely nothing, because you're just thinking about the past. And one thing that we have to have in mind is that we do have to learn from our mistakes from past events, but that doesn't mean that we need to get stuck in them, because it doesn't matter how much you think about it. It doesn't matter how much you come up with the right answer or whatever. It doesn't matter anymore. It does not matter anymore. So if you want to get free of being stuck, first of all, stop thinking of the past. It doesn't matter anymore, because nothing will change no matter how much time and energy you actually spend on that. That's number one. Number two, be in the present. Be right here, right now. Be grateful for what you have around you. And it could be big things or it could be little things. Like, you might be happy because it's raining and your flowers finally get some rain. Or you could maybe be so happy and grateful for the colleagues that you have around you. Or you could be so happy and grateful for the food that you have on your table, or the sun is shining. Like I said, being grateful is so important because it is something, it magnetizes things. So if you are feeling grateful, it magnetizes more things to be grateful for. And then the third thing is to actually think, what do I want? Where do I want to go? Or what do I want to learn? Or whatever. And actually move towards that. Because if you're feeling stuck, you're not doing, probably you're not trying to move forward either. And sometimes we actually might feel stuck because we think of the things that we want, but we're actually not even moving towards that. Or perhaps there's so many ways one could feel stuck, but like I said, I do believe that just if you release the past, because the past doesn't matter how much time and energy you put it in, it's already done, it's already been, learn from it, and that's it. Just let it go. Be here right now, be thankful, do things that you love. I mean, not all the time. It's maybe you don't work with the thing that you are like, wow, not many people do. I mean, that's not strange. That's kind of how life just is for many people. But you can, because you can still do the things that you find fun, that you can be creative, that you can be more in touch with who you are. So whether it is reading or painting or writing a book, do that. Try to do that every week. I mean, maybe once a day is too much, but every week, to actually put you in that, creative, put you into your mode of doing what you love. Sometimes we might feel stuck in the form that, you're working but nothing else happens. So that's also a way of saying it, because sometimes it's about the perception. So your perception might be like nothing is happening, but at the same time, does it require to happen something? I mean, there you have another life. You have a life around you that it's not only about work. You have so many things that you can do besides work. You can do so many things both before or after you start working. So what is most important? That something is going on in your life, that you don't feel stuck in your life, or you don't feel stuck at work. Because if you see it as a work is just one little part of your life, and what is your perception about being stuck? Because I mean, if you think about a normal corporate job, you are doing your job, right? You have a description, and this is what you're supposed to do, and that's it. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So is your perception that you're supposed to get more, or is your perception that, have done this for so many years? But you have always a choice. You can always try something new. You can always search for another work. So while you're in it, if you feel that stuck, or if you feel that this is not good for me anymore, while you search for something else, isn't it better to try to change your perception? Because as soon as you change your perception on whatever situation might be, it does change everything so much. Because sometimes we kind of just have to snap out of it, because perceptions are something that we can sometimes snap out of quite easily if we start trying to think in another way. So yeah, I just wanted to, maybe you feel stuck in some way, so this might be a good thing to listen to. And sometimes it's also about just letting life happen, because maybe and I know that I really can relate to this, is that sometimes you feel that you want to be like 10 chapters ahead and you're not, because life happens. But that's also, it's not about being stuck per se, it's about life needing you to, things need to happen in your life to be able to get wherever you want to get. And sometimes life actually wants you to get somewhere else. The path that you might see for you might not be the same path that life is seeing for you, or that you actually have to go through other things to make it even better. So let this be some words of encouragement, that you don't have to feel stuck just because things are not happening as fast as you want or in the direction that you want. But if you have the trust and belief that the universe actually doing its best for your way to get to the best life, then let that be. Sometimes we have just too much control over, or we want to have too much control over our life, and sometimes there are certain things that just need to happen to get where we want to go. Or maybe, like I said, maybe the universe actually has something even better for you installed. So relax, try to just enjoy the moment. And I mean, if there's something that you can do, then do it. But other than that, just try to change perception and be grateful that be here right now and do the things that you love, whether it is before or after you start working. So with that said, I wish you all a great week. Take care.